Um, I am gonna sort some stuff out here. I don't think anybody's here at the moment, so um, I just want to make sure that all the sound is decent. So just bear with me a moment. Okay, um, I'm gonna get started, and I've never, I've never played this game before. I don't know what it is, like what it's about. All I know is it is a visual novel, so it's just gonna be a lot of me talking. Which, okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm so sorry. My audio just started playing through. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, what this is it is a visual novel, so it's gonna be a lot of me talking. Which I talk a lot, so that's not really much of a difference. And I don't know what it's about. I don't know how long it is. I don't know anything about it. I'm pretty sure this is a game that is free on Steam. And you know what? I just thought I would try it, see what it's about, see what it's like, and it's free, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go. Oh, for a new game. What? Okay. My name? Oh, well, we're gonna go with Jelly, as always. Jelly is always the name. There we go. That's me. I'm guessing that's the name of my character. Okay. Oh. Paris is truly a sight to behold. Hang on just a second. Okay, we're good. If you guys can hear that's really loud, like, clicking sound, it's just me muting my microphone. It's a very loud button for some reason. But, yeah. Paris is truly a sight to behold. I can't get used to it, even having lived here for most of my life. Also, so this is gonna be French, so I don't know how to speak any French, so I apologise for any butchering of terms, but, the CM party... The CM putting the city in two, the smell of the baked goods in the morning, and the buildings filled with history. Even so, living here alone could maybe be a bit mundane, but I don't have to. I share an apartment with my old friend Roselle, who studies veterinary medicine of some sort. I don't get to spend much time with her as my job's working the evening shift at a small newspaper. Speaking of which, I ought to let her know that I'll be heading to the office for the night in a bit. Okay. I knock on her door, waiting a few seconds before entering. Oh, is that... Wait, is that us or is that Roselle? Hey Ro, how are you doing? I'm going to assume that's Roselle. I don't think they'd give us a look. I'm alright, Jelly. And you? All good. Just wanted to let you know that I'll be leaving for work in a few. Oh, I can... Oh, okay, I get choices. Yay! Okay, that's cool. I wasn't sure if I could get choices or if it would just be a, I don't know, like a set story thing. Ask about school or ask about today. I'm going to ask you about today. So, what have you been up to? Not much. School? Yeah. Work from home. Oh, ask if she wants to go somewhere this weekend, or ask if I can help tidying up her room. Well, I don't feel like I should be mentioning the fact that she's got an untidy room, so I'll just ask if she wants to go somewhere this weekend. You know what? It's really nice outside. It's really nice outside, and we haven't gone out for coffee together. We should totally do this weekend when we're both free. Well, it has been a while. She looks really sad. What's wrong with her? I thought this was supposed to be a thing about cats, and now I feel really bad for this person. You know you want to. Some fresh air will feel nice. Maybe. I might have to study, so no promises. She glances at the clock above the door behind me. Shouldn't you be going soon? We'll wind up late in not too long, right? I'm good on time, actually, but it might be time to break it off. You might be right. I'm off then. I'll pass by the baker's too. Is there anything you'd like? No, I'm good. Alright then, see you. Cool. I leave her to her own and head for the door. Before leaving, I pat my pockets, realising that I'm forgetting something. Bro, have you seen my keys? The ones with the cork? Have you looked in the kitchen? I check and find them on the countertop. Okay. I always forget to check there. Good thing she still keeps tabs on me, even if things are different now. Different? What? Why? Oh, okay. Thanks, bye. Cool. Okay. Well, I want to see when the cats appear. I want to play with the cats. Ooh, the music's changed. Man, how lucky am I to have a view like this going to work? I think to myself as my feet patter against the rounded stones of the old towpath. In the shade of by the wall, I spot a cat. Yes! Looking every bit as scruffy as the water looks serene. Oh, Rosa'd love this if she was here. She always used to chase after cats, patiently gain their trust and befriend them like some kind of cat whisperer. Whenever successful, which was almost always, she'd memorialize the occasion by having a picture taken, like a big game hunter of old posing with her quarry. I kind of miss that side of her. Maybe a picture of my own would remind her of the good old days. Is she, like, depressed or something? I feel really bad for her. The thought stops me in my tracks, and I study the cat in question. It's just sitting there, gazing over the water as if saying, "Yep, I rule this place." Which, in fairness, it probably did by the looks of things. Looking at the time, I noticed that I have plenty of it. I could at least try to get her a picture. What could possibly go wrong after all? But how should I approach? Oh, sneak up on the cat or let it know you're there and close in carefully. Well, I don't want to frighten it. So I'll let it know I'm here and I'll close in carefully. Wait! Are there like good and bad choices that I can make? Like I could upset them and make them happy? Because that was like a little... that was a good thing. Better take it slow here. Slow and steady wins the race. And after all, I'm not the sorcerer's cat, whisperer Roselle. I would hate to spook it now. From what was clearly even to me, a few... Wait. Hang on. I would hate to spook it now. From what was clearly, even to me, a favourite spot of theirs. Okay. Not that this cat looks particularly skittish. It has a very, well, proud bearing. Hello there, kitty. I speak softly while closing the distance. When I'm merely a few metres away, it gives me a casual glance out of the corner of its eye. I get the idea and stop. Satisfied with my response, it resumes watching over the still water. Is it blinking? I haven't looked at the cat much. I swear I just saw it blink. Oh, it did! Okay. I could easily just take a picture of the cat's back and call it a day, but my professional pride berates me for even considering such a notion. It may not be the cuddliest cat in the world, but I'll get a good photo, one way or another. Wait for the right moment, toss a rock, oh no, and close the distance. I'll wait for the right moment. Yes! The cat seems to rather enjoy the view of the water. Ever so slowly I walk up to the edge, maintaining respectful distance to the cat, and sitting down with my legs crossed. The late summer's evening sun shrouding the city in a pink glow, not even the faintest breeze disrupting the mirror-like surface of the water. I glance at the cat. It's basking in the sun with eyes closed, savouring the warmth. The moment is here. With careful, deliberate movements, I fish my phone out of my pocket and lean in for a picture. The picture perfectly captures the serenity of the scene. Not wishing to disturb the cat any longer, I get up and walk away. Is it just going to be me taking pictures of cats? That's so cute! Oh. The reply comes through so fast it feels like I got it even before I sent the message. That's a gorgeous photo! The cat looks like a stray. How did you manage to get so close? Tell me! I just took my time with it. I took a page from your book. Gotta learn from the best. The best? Wouldn't go that far, but thanks. Did it take long to get to that point? Not really. It didn't seem to mind me being in this vicinity as long as it could keep track of me and I did nothing hasty. Strays are often kind of chill if you don't bother them. Be careful though, they can be unpredictable. Kinda got that vibe, yeah. I will be. Almost forgot, thanks for the picture. I think I'll make that my new home screen on my phone. Oh, that's so cute! Good chat, bro, but I need to hurry up now. Lost more time than I thought here. I can go to work or I can not choose anything else. I'll go to work then. It's the only choice I have. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna see it on the way back? Oh wow, okay. Work went by as usual and it was over in no time. Dawn is lurking around the corner as I'm heading for the bakery. All the little shops are closed, but the bakers are already at their battle stations, churning out their goods for the breakfast rush and the coming day. Thanks to having friends in high places, also known as the owner, I'm allowed to sneak in through the back door and get my grubby hands on the bread early. Roselle said she didn't want any, but I'll get her some just in case she changes her mind. Besides, you can never have too much bread. Oh my god, that is so cute. As I leave the bakery with my precious baked goodness, I notice a cardboard box next to the door, which apparently is the residence of a charmingly fat cat sleeping inside. Oh, I love him. Clearly it's being cared for to some extent, but the floor is draped with a cozy looking blanket, and somebody made it a little roof. Oh, that! To keep the rain out. Is it a new tenant on the street, or am I selectively blind and it's always been here? I can't recall. Looking around, the nearby area is strangely littered with glass jars too. Inspired by the success of the earlier cat encounter, I decided to win further glory by attaining a second triumphant moment, one to make Roselle the cat whisperer proud. I dropped my bag and crouched down next to the sleeping cat. Or what I thought was sleeping cat. Oh my god, it's sat up. Look at his little toe beans. Oh my god. It opens an eye and looks down at me lazily. I can pet its head or I can wait. I'll wait. Alright, cat. Make your move. I say with the exaggerated voice of a movie gunslinger, waiting to let the cat take the first action. I'm not wishing to pressure it anyway. In a shocking display of Herculean effort, the cat opens a second eye and looks at me with a steady gaze. I can't help but to feel like it's trying to assess me. Playing along for a quiet laugh to myself, I strike a pose, showing my good side. Well, if such a thing exists. Oh. A few seconds pass. Before it gets up, lacking any semblance of urgency, it jumps down with the grace of a drunken baboon, landing on its feet seemingly more by blind luck than any skill on its part. It comes over to me, rubbing up against my legs with a quiet purr. Well, aren't you a funny little thing? Giving it a few pats along the back before I go, I start to make my way home to that bed which I am now longing for. At least, that was the theory. A very persistent furry friend demands more attention, constantly getting in my way, protesting my attempts to leave very efficiently indeed. I can't deny it's a very charming thing. As it is, I can't really get a good shot of the cat. It's either a bad angle or too close to the camera. Oh my goodness, I know the feeling. They're always either looking away or they're like right at your legs and you cannot physically get a good look. Okay, I need to gain some space. Okay. Oh, I can try a selfie camera. I can stand up, I can push the cat away. Well, I don't want to stand up. I don't want to push the cat away at least. Maybe I'll try a selfie camera and like see if I can get it closer. Maybe I don't need to create distance. I fumble with my pocket as I continue petting the cat with the other hand. Look at his little eyes. In the position I'm sitting in, it's difficult to get it out of my pocket and struggle for a moment. Finally, I prevail against the insurmountable odds, place the camera in front of us and snap a bunch of photos, hoping that at least one wouldn't be a blurry mess of a disaster. I go through them quickly, and there is one close-up picture of the cat's face that didn't end up looking like the photo was taken from inside a tumble dryer. It'll have to make do. A few more cuddles later, I manage to extricate myself from the situation and start off in the direction of home. Oh my god, that is so cute. That is adorable. Oh. Well, perhaps not the best interaction on my part, this picture turned out kinda great. Wow, how did I manage to take this one? After many trials and tribulations, I managed to nab it in the end. That and approximately 42,372 others that turned out rubbish, but that's besides the point. I bet. Did you get along well? Kind of. Not bad. Not great, I don't think. I was thinking of trying to feed it. That could work. Just don't give it raw fish or something. That could make it sick. Good to know. Don't worry, I won't. What a day. 2 cats in one. Keychain rattling in my hand. I unlock the door, shutting it behind me. Dumping the bag on the floor by the wall and trudging on over to the kitchen for a bite to eat before bed. I trundle past Rose's door. Shut, as always. Just a faint blue light leaking through the door frame. She must be on the laptop again. Finally arriving at the counter, I have myself a few pieces of fresh loaf, before dragging myself into the living room and to the TV. Flopping onto the couch, I watch whatever happens to be on, lazily munching away. There's a documentary on about life in the African savannah. It'd be just her thing. After a few minutes of deliberation, I get up, going over to Rose's room, and gently knock on her door. Hey Ro, you up? Yeah, Jelly, what is it? Can I come in? Sure. I hope I can't make any, like, bad choices in this game, because... Why don't you come hang out with me? There's a wildlife special on. There's lions and everything, just like we always used to catch. There's a few moments of silence. I'd rather not. I want to be alone. Knowing when not to overstay my welcome, I wish her a good night before gently closing the door and heading back to the couch. Well, I go to sleep, I guess. It's the only choice I've got. Never having been one for sitting around, come afternoon I treat myself to a walk. Some might think that walking is a bit of a peculiar treat, but in a city like Paris it really is. There's always something beautiful to see, something exciting to discover. I've been walking around the city virtually every day for years, and it still never bores me. On the contrary, it helps dislodge writer's block and distract me from other woes. One of the streets and spots I always come back to, though, is this old little street passing by the small park. The trees happen to make for a great spot to just get away from the sun on a hot day. An added bonus. Suddenly, I spot an orange fuzz in the periphery, and I instinctively know it's a cat. It's funny, the things that you'd notice once you're actively looking for them. Well, it's either that or I've been afflicted with the cat-engineered nanomachines altering my perception, which in all honesty is a touch unlikely. Oh, that's so tiny! Oh my god! Rather than a fully grown cat, this one's a mere kitten! Playing with the leaves beneath a tree. Oh my god, pick it up and take it home right now. Oh, it's got a collar on though. It does have a collar. Playtime is disrupted, however, when a pedestrian tramples by, startling the little creature. Oh! After having taken cover by the tree for a while, it tentatively returns to its game. Soon blissfully distracted. Oh! I'd love to join in, but I don't want to frighten it either. Sneak closer not to drawing attention, or let it know you're getting closer. Oh! I don't want it to run away. I'll let it know I'm getting closer. Oh no! Considering how that person's storming by scared the poor little thing, I should probably let it know I'm approaching beforehand, so that I don't scare it again. But that looked like a really sad picture. That didn't look like it was good. I walk closer carefully with slow, deliberate movements, quietly calling out to it. Hey little friend, don't be afraid. Turns out, kittens don't do too well with the whole hearing comprehension front, and it curls up into a small, nervous bundle. Don't be scared. I'm a friend. I stopped for a while, giving it some time to realise that I wasn't going to stampede by or do any harm. Clearly anxious due to my presence, I need to do something to break the ice. Tell it about your day. I try to make the kid. Oh well, I won't reach for it because I'm pretty sure that will scare it. So I'll tell it about my day. Maybe I can get across my friend in this through casual conversation. I go on to tell the kitten about my day, the cat by the canal, my night shift at work, and about the other cat by the cafe. While facing in the general direction of the cat, I don't look directly at it, trying to communicate that I'm no threat to it. I cast a quick glance at it, and the kitten is watching me carefully, but seems less withdrawn, more curious. I'm still not going to try and pet it, but I'll play with it with a stick. Well, it's obviously a rather playful sort. Maybe that'll help me befriend it. The tree beside us has kindly enough dropped a twig on the ground that looks like it could be doubled as a cat toy. Picking it up, I give it a try, drawing a figure of 8 in the air. But I've never played with a cat. What? Have you never played with a cat before? That's insane. Sure, it can't be too complicated, but how I should go about it is still a question that needs answering. Large swaying motions, small rapid movements, avoid sudden movements. Well, I want to avoid sudden movements, so... Oh, that was such a happy phase! With the kitten being easily scared, I feel like it would be detrimental to be too aggressive. Instead, I start with the stick some ways off, starting slowly and carefully adding speed while changing directions. The kitten's eyes are soon set on the tip of the twig and following it curiously. With the kitten's attention, I dare go closer. And as the stick passes by, it swats after the stick with its paw. Another gentle swoosh of the stick, and the kitten jumps in, chasing the toy to its full extent. It pounces on it and holds it down with its claws. And let it have its victory, before carefully jiggling it out of its grip. The kitten's eyes are brimming with light. It is something Roselle must see. I fumble with my free hand as I continue to distract the kitten with the twig, and manage to get a hold of my phone, turn the camera on, and get the picture taken. Instead of taking my leave right away, we play some more. But a group of loud youngsters startle it again, and it scurries off. No! I'd love to meet it again! Oh, look! That's so cute! Oh. Sing another picture. With not a small sense of pride, I relay the brilliant image to Ro. Clearly, I am not the only one to recognise its quality. That must be the cutest thing I've seen in ages. I know, never spent as much time with cats or other critters as you have, but it's easy to see the appeal now. They're lovely, aren't they? Such an adorable little kitten, with the bell and everything. I wish I had a cat like that. Reminds me of my first one when I was a kid. If that cat was anything like this one, it's easy to understand your obsession. I'll be home soon. I can see her begin to type, then stop, erase, and type again. This goes on for a little while, until the word OK shows up. A bit underwhelming maybe, but at least I roused her for a little while. I'm really worried about Ro. I feel really bad for her. I really wanted to play a game with cute cats, and instead I'm feeling really, really bad for this human. When I get home, I enter Rose's room. Oh, she's there. Okay. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be visiting the bakery lunchtime tomorrow. I need to grab a cake for Rico from work's birthday. If you want to come along, I'm sure the cat will be there. I think I'd rather stay here. They said it's going to be very hot out tomorrow, but if you do see it, you know the rule, right? Right. When you see a cat for the second time, you must name it. I remember. I'll head out again and I'll go to work soon. Good luck. So I get to name it? When done with the canal, I keep an eye out for the scruffy cat, but I don't run into it again. I'll go to work then. Work turns out like usual. Pretty uneventful. After some well-deserved sleep, I head out to grab that cake. To be honest, I'm more excited at the chance of seeing the cat again than to celebrate my co-worker. I should get the cat something. It looks like one that would appreciate something edible. I take a quick detour to a grocery store and I quickly find myself in the small pet aisle. I have no idea what the cat likes, and the picture of the jars that surround its bed pop into my mind. Maybe they have contained something it liked, but I can't quite remember what label it had. What should I buy? Normal cat treats, olives, shrimp. Oh. Didn't you see not to feed it? I don't know if shrimp count as fish, but didn't Ro tell me not to feed cats raw fish? So I feel like that's a bad option. Olives, I don't know if cats can have olives, but I'm just gonna buy normal cat treats. Oh no, that jar had to be intended for the garbage. Who'd leave a glass jar out and about for an animal after all? And at the end of the day, cat treats are designed for, well, cats to eat. Even if it doesn't like them, it'll hardly do any harm. A jar of olives. It wouldn't be a jar of shrimp, would it? Maybe it likes olives. Oh, it is olives! I didn't realise there were actually olives down there. I wonder if that's his name. Call him Oliver. When I reach the bakery, I find the cat resting in its makeshift bed yet again. It seemed to be quite fond of its little box, even though it is visibly somewhat too small. Good afternoon. I bring thee a tribute of treats. The cat raises its head with a slow, lazy sway, letting out a big yawn, exposing a line of long teeth. It blinks slowly at me as I reach out, petting its head and scratching it a bit behind the ear. Roselle sends her well wishes. She also wants me to grant you a name, if that would be okay. Should I just call him Olive? Or them Olive? I'm gonna call them Olive. After the namesake. How about Olive? Does that sit well with you? Olive meows. I know it's just in response to me making sounds at it, but I can't help but to add in a friendly, sarcastic... But to add in a friendly, sarcastic manner. Then again, you don't seem to do much but sit. A pause accompanied by continued petting before I reach into my pocket for the treats. I've got something for you. Once in hand, I rattle the packet somewhat to get Olive's attention. The cat eyes me with that sort of semi-enthusiastic curiosity in its eyes, standing up to get a good look at what I'm doing. Opening the bag of treats results in a meow as Olive sniffs the air. I single out a treat and serve it to the cat out of the palm of my hand. Olive gives it another skeptical sniff before tapping it with its paw. The treat, clearly terrified, flees out of my hand and falls down onto the bed. Olive taps it some more, making sure it cannot escape again before looking up at me with expectant eyes. Go ahead, it's yours. It's certainly not for me. However, Olive doesn't pay the morsel any more attention, no matter how much I tried to coax it. I suppose Olive must be a connoisseur of fine food, lacking any interest in cat treats. Well, that certainly didn't work out the way I'd hoped. But I'll have to try and appease the cat somehow else. Okay. Belly rub, scratch his cheeks. Okay, I'm not going to do belly rub because a lot of cats don't like belly rubs. I'll scratch his cheeks. His puffy cheeks look fit for a good scratching. Using the tip of my finger, I gently scratch its cheek before moving to scratching it just behind the jaw. Olive clearly approves, a humming purr radiating from a very pleased cat. It angles its head to give me better access, and the scratching continues for a few moments before it turning its head to the other side, and the process is repeated. Olive's purrs slowly grow more quiet until it drifts off into a nap, its head resting against my hand. Oh, look at his little tongue! Ever so carefully, I lower its head onto a bundle of the blanket bedding, succeeding in doing so without waking Olive up. Oh my god, it's so cute. I realised that I had already spent much more time with Olive than I had intended, and I need to pick up that cake already. Hesitantly, I gave Olive a last pat on the head before saying my goodbyes and escaping into the bakery. It's bustling with more activity than usual. When the owner scurries by, I received the great news. Business had been going well, and they were moving to a new, bigger place not too far away. I congratulate her, apologise for not having much time to chat before taking my leave, cake in hand. I hope the cat isn't going, or I hope the cat, well, it has somewhere to stay, I suppose. Unless I adopt it. Alright, I'm home. Unlike the usual silence, Ro calls for me. Jelly, can you come over here for a minute? When had she last been the one to call out to me? That's something I haven't considered being a possibility in a very long time. I walk over to her room. She's dressed! Yes? Roselle plays with her hands, as if she's unsure of how to bring up the subject. Thank you for the photos. They were nice. However... Yes? That kitten... Was there anyone with it? No, it was alone, I think. Isn't that strange? For a kitten to be all alone? Yeah, it is! I was thinking that. I guess, but it had a collar, so it might just live nearby. Exactly my thought process. She doesn't look convinced. You know what? I'll see if I spot it on my walk and make sure. That'd be great. I'll be off then. Don't you want to come and see it? I can see how she considers it. How her brows furrow and her eyes trace the crevices on the floorboards. It might be scared with yet another stranger around. Best you go alone. Scared of frightening it? That's not an excuse I've ever heard from Roselle, the great cat whisperer. Maybe this case is a little bit more delicate, but it's not like the kitten trusts me either. However, if she doesn't want to, I can't force her. I'll just do my best then. Wish me luck. Good luck. Empowered by her blessing, I head out. Just before leaving, I put the cake in the fridge and make my way to the old pedestrian street again. I'm surprised to see the kitten sitting next to the tree, just like it had the other day. It feels a little strange to find such a young cat out here all alone again. I would like to have a closer look at its collar, as it might have a number or an address on it. Oh my god, it's so cute! The kitten is sitting next to the tree trunk, looking at the passerby. It looks healthy, so somebody must be feeding it at least. I really hope that I'm just overthinking it. From our last meeting, I know I should be careful when I approach it. No sudden movements or sounds that will scare it. Having made my approach, I speak to it softly to get its attention. Hey little friend, we need a proper name for you too, don't we? Oh no! What do I call him? We got Olive. The first name, as soon as I saw him, I don't know why. This might be a really weird name, but the first thing I thought of when it was like a name was Toast. I'm gonna call him Toast. Toast, what do you think of that? What kind of a name is that? I can't believe I called it. Anyway, the kitten glances at me with big eyes, which I decided to be in approval. This reminds me that I still have a cat treats in my pocket. Maybe Toast will like them. I hope they're allowed for kittens. But I'm not the only one that has eyes for the kittens. A kid separates from his mother's hands to chase the kitty. Toast runs away, but in my direction. I can't let it get away. I'll follow the kitten or stop the kitten. Can I stop it? Well, I'll follow it. I'll follow the kitten. Probably for the best to let it run. The kid's caught by his mother, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. I follow the kitten around the corner and find it hiding in a doorway. Its body is pressed into the corner, and its eyes watches me carefully. The ordeal has gotten me pretty close. Maybe I have a chance here. Yes. Throw a treat. Okay, I'm not going to close in on it. I'm going to throw a treat. Well, there's no twigs to use for play, and even if there were, I'm not sure that would be a good idea. Maybe a bite to eat would help the little creature feel at ease. This situation isn't exactly what I'm used to, but I believe in the versatile powers of food. I crouch down and toss a treat carefully so it lands next to the kitten. It snaps its eyes onto the new object and sniffs the air. When it's convinced it won't move again, it sneaks up on the treat and eats it. When finished, it sniffs around the ground for more. I throw another one, and the projectile makes Toast shy away before quickly returning to eat the food. I throw the treats closer and closer to me, so Toast can get within reach. Oh, it turned around! However, Toast becomes more aware of that and grows more careful, approaching the treats, backing away when it has grabbed it. It's a slow process, but I get the kitten close enough. Try to feed out of my hand. I'm not going to try and grab it yet. I slowly pick out a few treats and place them on my palm. I extend my hand slightly in front of me, making sure the kitten can see them. Toast looks at them but hesitates, so I throw one of them halfway between us. The kitten crouches down and sneaks up to the treat, carefully watching me. After snacking on the nearest treat, it looks curiously at my hand, stretching its head out. It takes a reluctant step towards me, and I have to stay completely still. Movementless like a statue, a gargoyle of Notre Dame. Or maybe not a gargoyle. They come to life, right? As Toast gets closer, it grows braver and walks up to the last steps to smell my hand. I feel its whiskers tickle my fingertips, but I stay as still as the mountain. Toast takes the first treat, and I can clearly hear it snap as it bites into it. One after another, the treat disappears until my hand is empty. I know Toast won't like it, but I'll still have to grab it to check its collar. My hand eases closer and picks up the kitten. I quickly press it up against my chest to stabilize it. Toast tenses up as soon as I touch it, but feels slightly calmer after a few seconds in my bosom. There you are, such a good kitty. Okay. I try to soothe the kitten and gently stroke it with my thumb. When it is calm, I place it on my lap to check the collar. Toast meows and I find a phone number that I write down on my phone. When that is done, I loosen my grip and stroke the kitten gently to make it forget my manhandling. Then I have to let go and Toast scurries away, but I don't think we're back on square one. I leave some treats on the ground in case it comes back and leave. As soon as I get home, I walk into Rose's room. I got a number! Toast had one on its collar. Oh, and I followed your rule. I named it. I also forgot to mention that I named the bakery cat as well. It's Olive. What are we waiting for? Call it! I type in the number and I let the signals go by. They go on for longer and longer. No answer? Doesn't appear so. I'll have to try it again later. Well, keep me updated. I will. I'll go to work again, okay. I try to call a few more times, eventually give up and head out for work. There are slow news days, and there's dead news days. I need to get something published today or my boss will get on my case. Might as well have a stroll and see if I can at least find something worth writing about. Is the cat going to be here? The city, beautifully lit in the dark, as I find my way down the towpath. It's probably one of the prettiest spots around here. Another advantage it has going for it is the fact that, for some arcane reason, almost nobody ever goes there, rendering it a quiet place for thoughts to be had. Hang on a moment, what's that sound? A cat fight. My pondering is interrupted by aggressive growling and a tremendous noise near the bridge. My curiosity is getting the better of me, and I silently walk over to check the source of the racket. In the glow of lamplight, there's a group of cats staring at each other, hissing and swatting their paws. 4 of them seem to be working together against a somewhat larger, rougher-looking one. Could it be the same one as from the other day? It looks like it, and it appears to be in trouble. Let's try and resolve the problem among themselves. Try to interrupt the fight. Oh, I'm not going to pour water over them. I mean, I feel like if I interrupt them, it's going to be... I'm going to let them resolve itself. To interfere is a sure way to get all kinds of debilitating diseases. That's not why, I just don't want them to get mad at me and run away. But I hang back and wait for the confrontation to resolve itself. I'm sure they'd be mad at me if I interrupted, you know? I feel like every time I've interrupted a cat fight, they've all been mad at me. They fly at each other and in a blurred frenzy of claws and bites, but a few moments later the upstarts root and flee, leaving a lone cat torn but triumphant. Satisfied that it's indeed won the field, it huffs, wary but proud in posture. I sneak closer, but it doesn't look like the cat needs or wants my help. Exactly. It sits down, tending to its wounds and giving itself time to rest and recover. This cat can clearly manage on its lonesome. Rizzo could certainly learn a thing or two from this fellow. Another certainty is that every great brawler ought to have a nickname of some sort to go along with their reputation. I've got to name this cat now. I've already got Olive. I've already got Toast. Those are 2, like, foodie names. So I was thinking of calling this one a food as well. And as it's by the water, maybe it could be like a fish. What kind of fish names are there? There's like salmon. I'm not calling it salmon. Trout. Oh, trouts. Trout. Tuna. Sturgeon. You know what? I quite like trout for this one. I think trout's cute. Oh, I've got trout and toast. They are very similar in name. But I think they suit a little trout, you know? They look a bit like a trout. Calling it a trout. Right, trout. I love the colours are all different as well. Olive was like orange colour, toast is yellow, and trout is now purple. Right, trout. Clearly you run this town. Are those going to be the only cats that I see? Are there only going to be 3 in total? Trout starts walking and I follow along at a comfortable distance. We follow the canal, a part of the city I'm very familiar with. I glance at the cat, who has some minor cuts and the fur is even more of a mess than usual, but it doesn't seem to bother it at all. What bothers me though is the extensive littering for one, and the fact that I have no idea what this cat eats, come to think about it. Well, I wanna offer it some food. Oh, I still have a few treats. That did not look like a good, happy cat. I still have a few treats left, so I fish them out of my pocket. Well, he might not. He might like the garbage that he has around him. If I clean it up, he might be mad at me, you know? And crouch down, offering them from my hand. Trout looks at me with a spark of suspicion glinting in the eye, not making any move to approach. I throw a treat between us in case it just doesn't want to get close to me. It walks up to the treat with a scowling expression and it swats it dismissively into the water below. Note to self, Trout really doesn't like cat treats. Okay, well I don't want to touch him because I feel like they're going to get mad at me, so I'll skip some treats over the water. Well, if cats don't like these things, why even bother lugging them about? I weigh a treat in my hand, feeling its weight and shape. I calculate the perfect skip toss in my mind before reeling back, my whole body following into the throw, and I unleash the treat with flawless timing. It cuts through the air with a purpose, its destination preordained. The outcome is already determined. With a graceful arc, it drops out of the air, maybe 2 feet away, hits the surface and sinks with an undignified plop. Trout does show signs of amusement, and thusly encouraged, I repeat the procedure until I run out of sweets, the last one managing to skip maybe a centimetre or so. While certainly not the smoothest of friendships, I get the feeling that Trout is at least somewhat less indifferent towards me. Trout and I would have to part ways for now, but I'm looking forward to meeting it again. Once back at work, inspiration hits me. I could always write a little piece about the issue of abandoned cats around the city. After all, I never noticed before, so bringing it to light might result in some good. Yes, please! Get these poor little stray cats a home. Returning home in the morning, I'm met with a surprise. Bro, I look through my pocket for my keys, only to find none. I must have dropped them somewhere. With resignation, I knock steadily on the door. A short while later, Roselle opens with a surprised look on her face. She looks tired. I'm not sure if I woke her up, or not, however. I dropped my keys. Oh. I'll have to go looking for them, after I've had time to sleep. Are you going anywhere? No, not really. With that, we separate into our respective rooms. Okay, I'll go to sleep. So I've lost my keys, that's great. Okay. I go to the bakery during the afternoon this time around, as the bakery won't be open in the weekend, due to the move. So this will be the last time I go to this alley. During the walk, I'm sure to keep my eyes peeled in case I drop my keys here, but I'm fairly sure I didn't. I enter the bakery and I'm almost feeling a little nostalgic as I look around. It won't change my routines that much to go to the new place, but I'm a little bit worried about Olive. I ask the owner about it when she hands me my bread. Yes, will you bring the cat along with you to your new place? The owner gently shakes her head. There is no good place for it to stay at the new bakery, and we can't let it inside. Isn't there anyone that can take it home then? We've tried that, but it got really angry and obnoxious and anxious when we tried to carry it away. Oh no. It really likes it with us, but when push comes to shove, we'll have no choice but to force it to. I'm sure it'll work out somehow. Have you seen a pair of keys, by the way? I've dropped them somewhere. I haven't, but I'm sure to be on the lookout. The owner smiles reassuringly and continues on with work. Will I find Olive? I leave the bakery feeling ill at ease. Oh, look, his little face is so cute, so round. Oh, look at it. I woke up to Olive and noticed that it looks a bit uneasy, but cheers up when it sees me. The cat must know that something's going on. I should at least try to comfort it some before I go. I don't really think I'm gonna pet it gently for a while. Cuddles are the best cure for anxiety. I sit down next to this little bed and reach my hand out to caress its head. I feel like he's not really the playful type, you know? He's very much a petting type. Olive closes its eyes, purring, and we sit like that for a while. We can't leave Olive without anyone caring for it. It feels weird to think about the cat being anywhere else but here in the back of our alley. This is its home. I keep a close eye on the cat. It's looking much happier after some cuddling. A thought starts to play in my mind. What if I could take Olive home with me? Yes, please! I want to take the cat with me. Olive seems like a cat that would like most people. Sure, that might be a presumption, but I feel like we have a little bit of a special bond. I've gotten better with cats, I think. And I know Roselle owned cats in the past, so we'd be able to care for it. Our apartment is big enough, and my income isn't too bad. It could be doable. No, it's entirely doable. Let's try this out. It'll depend if Olive likes me, or the bakery more entirely. Olive inches closer to my hand and snuggles close to it. I stroke it gently with my free hand. It didn't like the treats before very much. Cool bluff, I don't know what that means. Spoil it with further cuddles. Let's just keep cuddling. I roll up my sleeves and crack my knuckles. A quiet joke to myself. The charm blitz is on, and there's no escaping it. I'll make Olive a happy, not-so-little cat. I begin my scratching behind the cheeks. I run my fingers through the thick fur and give it a scratch from the ears to the chin. I move my hands down to the chest and neck, digging into this fluffy chest of hair. When I scratch the fur over its shoulders, I notice its front paws claw the quilt under it in comfort. Oh, the cat rolls over, exposing its tummy, and I give Olive a proper belly rub. Olive must feel spoiled to bits after that. The cat remains on its back, eyes closed, but then gives me a glance. The look seems to say, "Oh, you finished already? Weren't you supposed to be feeling bad?" Olive chases after my hand, demanding to receive more pets, even though I've been at it for a minute already. When I don't immediately comply, it looks at me with those puppy eyes. Olive certainly seems to want to keep me around, but is that enough for it to be willing to follow me home? I'd like to give the cat a little test to see. Walk away and call for it to follow, just pick it up or carry it home in its bed. I don't feel like it's going to follow me. Wait. I don't know what this does. I'm like, can I go back? Like, if I choose the wrong thing, can I go back? I don't even know. Can I save it from... No, I don't know how to save it then. Walk away and call for it to follow. Just pick it up, carry it home in its bed. I just don't want to pick. I don't know whether to get it to come with me. I don't feel like it's going to get out of its bed. I feel like it's going to stay in bed. I don't want to just pick him up though, because that's not fair, right? And carrying it home in its bed is... I don't think it's going to follow me. But I don't want to like just uproot it if it doesn't want to. Would Olive voluntarily follow me out of this alley if I just called for it? Could hardly hurt to try. It's just a try as well. I give the cat a last pat on its head and then walk away, not stopping before I reach the next street. Not that far of a distance really, but it can be for a small cat. I make eye contact with Olive that eyes me curiously. Without breaking it, I crouch down and reach out with a hand. Come here, Olive. Click my tongue and the cat watches me lazily. I call out to it again, but I don't receive even as much of a blink back. Olive seems to have no intention of making its way over here, even for my pets. That's way too much work. After a while, I have to just give up. Olive won't come over. I walk back over to the bed and resume the petting, as if apologising for even suggesting that it should move. Olive doesn't want to leave, and like the owner, I don't want to force it. The best thing would be for Olive to stay with the bakers somehow, and I think I have an idea growing. I snuggle the cat's cheeks and head back into the bakery. Okay. The owner looks up at me with a raised eyebrow. If the cat can't stay behind the store, couldn't it stay in front of it? Maybe it could attract customers. That's a good idea. I fiddle with my fingers, unsure what she'll think of my idea. That might just work. The cat has always loved people, so if we could make it a proper home by the door, then we wouldn't have to force it anywhere either. I call him Olive, by the way. I've never heard you call it by any name, so I took the liberty of naming it. The owner starts to chuckle. I never got to that. Olive, you say? It fits strangely well. I bid my goodbye and head out again. I can't spot my keys anywhere, but I can't help but to feel cheerful of having found a solution for Olive. I must have dropped my keys somewhere along the canal, so I'll go there next. The canal! Okay, so I haven't seen Toast again yet. As I get to the towpath, it's already becoming dark. I'm placing my hopes on the setting sun will hit the keys just right and make them shine up. I keep my eyes peeled on the ground, making my way back to the workplace along the canal. I want to see what this does, but I don't want to ruin anything. Oh. Oh, it restarts the whole thing. Oh, okay. What did this do? Is that a save? No? That just... Okay, wait, go back. Sorry, I'm like fidgeting and figuring out how this works. Is that a save button or like what does that do? I don't know. I don't know how to save this game. I don't think I can play the whole thing right now. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to save it. Oh, that's automatic. Oh, it's automatically doing it. Okay, wait, sorry. Go back again. Sorry. I will start again. Alright, already becoming dark. I'm placing my hopes on the setting sun will hit the keys just right and make them shine up. Okay, so that is just like automatically playing the thing. I'm guessing that's like a skip. Again, I don't know where the save is though. I don't know how to save this game. Does it save automatically or... Oh look, autoplay, revert, skip, menu home. But it does not say how to save. I'm kind of hoping it saves automatically, but I don't know, and now I'm worried. I keep my eyes peeled on the ground, making my way back to my workplace along the canal. A hunter makes me look back, and surely I spot Trout following me with silent steps. Following me? I wonder for how long it has been doing that. Or why. Possibly to keep an eye on anyone in its turf. The cat keeps stalking me at a slight distance, and I ignore it the best I can. My keys are top priority right now. I walk the entire towpath without spotting them. I guess I'll walk back, check some of the busier areas more carefully. I spot that Trout has stopped following me, and is playing with something next to the edge of the canal. Good that it's keeping itself entertained. Search for the bridge, walk the path again, check out what the cat is doing. I want to see... I'm a bit curious to see what would interest Trout. If my keys can wait this long, they can wait a little longer. The cat is sitting right next to the water, and is poking at something, casually, almost like it doesn't want to admit that it's playing. When I get a bit better look at the object... Wait! Those are my keys Trout is playing with! I can't believe the cat managed to find them. I don't have the time to take a sigh of relief before the cat pokes the keys so that they inch closer to the watery doom. I must do something quick to prevent a catastrophe from happening. Walk up and grab them, run to grab the keys quickly, near slowly and try to keep his attention. It's gonna throw it in the water. I reach out my hand in front of me to try and mentally keep the cat still. I hunch slightly and walk closer, careful not to agitate the cat. It looks at me momentarily before losing interest and looks down at the keys again. Now there, Trout, let's not be hasty. I watch as a paw close in on the bundle. Trout! I leap forward, but it's too late. I watch the keys tumble over the edge and I hear the splash echo in my head. I want to dive for the keys. Without a moment's hesitation, I throw my bag with valuables to the side and run for the water. I pass Trout and jump feet first into the canal. Well, yeah, I'm going to try and find my keys, cat. I'm sorry. The cold water hits me and I swim up to the surface to orient me. The water is completely black. How can I possibly find my keys in this? My hand hits something sharp and I recoil. I take a look at what it can be. And it's my keys! I keep myself afloat, dumbfounded for a moment before I grab them. Oh, right. I have a cork as my keychain. I must call my mum and thank her for this gift when I get home. I pull myself up to the edge and is met with the scornful face of the cat. It would appear some water had splashed on it when I jumped in. I'm so sorry. Oops. Oh well. It's the comeuppance for pushing the keys in to begin with. I apologise and I squeeze some water out the hem of my shirt. If Trout is slightly damp, I'm literally drenched here. Wait with the cat till my things dry. Go home. Play with the cat using the keys. Well, I don't want to go straight home. I can always just wait. But, like, does it want to play with my keys? It didn't seem like it was that interested. I don't know. Do I just wait with it or do I play? I'm gonna play. The cat seems to like to play with the keys in under safe conditions. I might dare to capitalise on that. I hold them by the cork and dangle them above Trout's head. It doesn't cause much of a reaction. The cat just cocks its head and looks at me. Okay, so that doesn't work. I'll have to try and recreate the conditions it wanted to play in. I take one hard last look at my keys and drop them on the ground. Although, make sure they aren't close to any edges. After looking at the keys for a moment, Trout reaches out for a lazy paw and swats the keys a little closer to the water. Maybe Trout just likes to push things off edges. I could replace the keys with something else, but it would just end up littering, so I quit playtime then and there. It's getting late, so I should head home. I give Trout a wave and start to walk away. So I found my keys, which is good. As soon as I get home, I walk into Roselle's room. I found my keys. I dropped them by the canal. That's good. We'll have to visit the bakery when they have opened again. Olive will receive a house at the front. Yeah, it could be nice to meet it someday. Olive would love you. Anyway, that was all I had to say. Good luck with whatever you're doing. Thanks. I always take a long walk on Sundays and the weather is supposed to be real good, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Let's go to sleep. Really want to know what's up with Roselle. She's such a mystery. Like, this whole thing is about cats, but I'm, like, interested in what's, like, up with her. I mean, she looks happier, like, every time I see her, so... yeah. As I go out for my Sunday stroll, I keep my eyes peeled for a certain kitten. I'll most likely find it in its usual spot, but I don't trust it not to have moved. I see the tree in the distance, and it grows closer as I walk. There's no kitten to be seen. I reach the corner and circle around the tree, but I can't see Toast. Maybe it actually got home. If that were to be the case, it would be great. A meow crushes my hopes and I look around, still not spotting it. The next meow I can tell comes from above. Oh no, and I look up. He's in the tree. Toast looks down at me from a high up branch in the tree. What's it doing up there? It doesn't look very safe. I haven't climbed a tree in ages, but I did some back in the day. Except for the first part, it looks to be a pretty easy climb. Find something to climb on. If I'm not using raw power, see if you can get it up. Get it to come to that zone. Find something to climb on. I look around, finding a wheeled garbage bin around the corner. I'll put it back when I'm done with it, but for now I pull it next to the tree. Careful not to scare the kitten any further, I climb onto the bin. From there, it's not too great of a task to find footing at the lowest branch. I look up at the kitten and stares back at me, meowing meekly and visibly scared. Someone must have startled up here and it doesn't know how to get back down. It looks at me and I'm fairly sure it recognises me. Climb to it with caution, climb really slowly. I mean, aren't they both the same thing? Climb to it with caution. Toast is scared of the situation, but I see no sign of me being the source of it. Of any of its fright. Hello there, Toast. I talk to it as I slowly make my way up, keeping a close eye on the kitten, so that I can stop if it finds my advance unsettling. Luckily, I can find plenty of food and handholds. Oh, foot and handholds. Whoa. Toast is on a pretty thin branches, but fortunately it stays put. Maybe it knows that I'm here to help it? I continue to talk to it as I advance, and I hear Toast meow weakly. Whenever it's safe to look away from where I'm stepping, I check the kitten, and it waits in what appears to be anticipation. Climb until I'm at the same height as Toast, and it meows loudly whilst staring at me. It remains stationary, which is good. However, it's just a little too far away, out on the thinner branches. Maybe I could lean out far enough to grab it, but if it would come closer on its own, that would be good too. Coax it with food, reach for it, coax by calling. Um, it ate my treats last time. I don't want to reach for it. I'm gonna coax it with food. I make sure I sit steadily on the branch and then carefully extract the treats from my pocket. If Toast has been up here for a while, it might be hungry. I reach out with the treat, and I immediately see how the kitten's nose twitches as it's sniffing the air. You know you want it, come and take it. After a moment's hesitation, it eases closer, carefully making its way back along the thin branch. I lay my hand flat, and the kitten grabs the treat and devours it in seconds. It really is hungry. I feed it more treats, making it come a little closer each time before I grab the kitten with both hands and place it in my lap. I feed it the rest of the treats, and it eagerly eats every single one of them. It's hungry, and a bit tired, but it looks fine otherwise. Now comes the part where I have to get both of us down safely. I reach for my bag. That's probably the best way to carry the kitten, as it keeps both of my hands free. Sorry, this will be over in a minute. I grab Toast and put it in the bag before placing it over my back again. After that, I begin my steady descent, and I put it off smoothly. When I reach the last fork in the tree, I drop down and make freeing Toast my top priority. I open the bag and bring the kitten up in my arms. Oh! After a few seconds of being safe in my arms on the ground, the kitten falls asleep. Oh! I look at it curiously and stroke it gently over its back. It's almost surreal. Now I'm faced with what to do next. I've rescued Toast from the tree, but I don't want to let go of the kitten again. I don't want to be uncertain whether or not it has a warm place to sleep and food to eat. I'll take it home with me. We can look for its owner, and if we don't find anyone, Toast will stay with us. Yes! We're taking Toast home! This is amazing. I'm sure Ro will be happy to have the kitten. After all, she has shown great concern over its well-being. I texted to fill her in on what's happening. Toast was stuck in a tree. I got it down, but I'm bringing it home with me. Awful, is it okay? Yes! It's very sleepy and quite hungry, so we'll have to get it something. Okay, bring it home first and let me care for it while you do that. The kitten stays asleep the entire way, and at home I find Ro waiting for us. Here it is. Roselle reaches out with her hands. Can I take it? I nod and hand her the kitten, who stays asleep. Ro looks over it, and it doesn't look like she finds anything of concern. We'll have to buy her food. Oh, it's a her! We'll have to buy her food and some other things. Could you do that? Of course, just tell me what to get. I'll text you a list. I watch them for a second. Toast is safe and cradled in Roselle's arms. Knowing that the little cat's in very good hands, I head out to acquire whatever Toast needs. Oh, sometime later. Oh, look! Oh my god! And wait, like sometime, like some days later, some like weeks later or something? Oh my god, we've actually got like a scratching post and things. That is so cute. Some time has passed and Toast has adjusted well to its new home. It has become comfortable with us, which has turned it into the little playful and mischievous little kitten it always was meant to be. I make my way towards Ro's door and Toast decides to follow me. I have to block it with my foot as I knock on the door. Hey, Ro, you in there? Oh, hey Jelly, yep, I'm here. Oh, look, she looks happy. What are you up to? Just some coursework. I'd like to be caught up with everything before I get back to class. You got it, no problem. I've seen how hard you studied lately. Considering how far behind you've been in the past, I'm surprised by how far she's come. And wait, her room is clean! Guys, I think that Toast has helped her mental health. Oh my god, that's so cute! That's adorable! What the hell, guys? This is so cute! Toast runs to her and she picks it up. I knew the two of you would get along. Toast adorable. How couldn't I? However, I have to keep it out whenever I'm writing, as it tends to eat my pen. Who knows? Maybe it wants to write my essay for me. Why don't you let it have it and find out? Anyway, I just dropped by to say that I'm leaving for a walk. Have fun! While out strolling, I think of the change Ro has gone through. Sure, she still spends most of her time locked up in her room, but now with her head buried deep in schoolwork. I think Toast reminded her of why she wanted to be a veterinarian in the first place. I've never seen either of them happier than when they are playing together. Ro's still on the road of recovery, but with Toast by her side, it's going to be so much easier. That was the sweetest little thing I've ever heard. Wait, what? Was that it? That was the end? That was... Was that the whole thing? Did I finish that? Oh my god, and there's a gallery. I can get different pictures of it. I can get different pictures of the So I got that one because so the different options are like the different pictures I could have taken at the beginning. That's so cute. Okay. Wait. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god. I will leave. That's crazy. I can't believe I finished that in an hour. That's such a short game. And I'm gonna guess that there's no other outcomes apart from the different pictures that you can get. But that was really sweet. I can't believe that was... I thought it was going to be a little bit longer than that, but it was a very short, cute game. I got to name 3 little cats. That was really cute. I suppose I will finish this up then. I hope you guys enjoyed this little game. Again, it's free on Steam, so if you wanted to get it, I mean, it might still be free. I'm not actually sure. I know I got it for free, but so if you wanted it, if you want to get it and see the different outcomes, then I'd recommend you download it yourself. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I think I will end this one here then. Thank you to anyone who did join the stream, and thank you to anybody who is watching it outside of a stream. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye!